Willingness, the key to change. Before there's change, before there's healing, before there's transformation, there's willingness. Not certainty, not a roadmap, not a plan, just the smallest shift that says, maybe there's another way. That shift is the spark that lights the path forward. The power of being open. Willingness isn't a commitment, it's a crack in the door, a whisper of possibility, a softening where there once was resistance. Change is hard. Growth can be uncomfortable. And yet, when we allow ourselves to be open, to just consider a new perspective, we invite in something powerful. We make space for clarity, connection, healing. When I first stepped onto the path of recovery, I wasn't ready to overhaul my life. I didn't have all the answers, but I was willing. And that willingness brought people into my life I never expected. It helped me find tools I didn't know I needed. And slowly, my world expanded. It got bigger, brighter, and full of light. It wasn't easy. In fact, it almost didn't happen. I had reached a point so low, I could barely imagine a way forward. But in that moment, the tiniest willingness cracked through the darkness, and everything changed from there. What willingness actually looks like. We often think willingness means taking big leaps, but really, it's more like saying, maybe I don't have all the answers. Being open to new tools, even if they feel unfamiliar. Letting someone help you, really help you. Admitting something isn't working the way you hoped. Willingness makes life bigger. It breaks us out of the echo chamber in our heads and says, what if there's more? The shift that changes everything. Willingness is not about setting an entire plan in motion. It's about being open to the idea that something might be possible. That maybe you don't have to keep living under the weight of what's not working. That maybe your life could feel lighter. That maybe there's help and healing available to you. When you're willing, you become a magnet for the right people, places, and opportunities. You notice support instead of deflecting it. You welcome answers instead of defending limitations. You shift from surviving to slowly, gently learning to thrive. I still choose willingness every day. Even now, years into this journey, willingness remains one of my most powerful tools. Every time I fall, every time I face something unfamiliar, I remind myself, I just have to be willing. Not perfect, not fearless, just willing. Because willingness invites the universe to show up. It creates space for grace. And that space is often where the biggest breakthroughs begin. So wherever you are today, ask yourself, am I willing? You don't have to say yes to everything. You don't have to commit to a massive shift. But if you can find even a flicker of willingness, that might just be enough to change everything. Slay reflection. 1. What does willingness mean to you? 2. Are there areas of your life where you've been closed off to change? 3. What's one thing you might be willing to consider today? 4. How might your life shift if you simply stayed open? 5. What scares you about being willing, and what excites you about it? Slay. Add. Start small. Openness begins with a thought. Let go of the need to have all the answers. Allow yourself to explore, not commit. You are allowed to grow at your own pace. Call to action. Join the conversation. I'd love to hear from you. What's one area of your life you're willing to shift? Share your story in the comments. Let's cheer each other on. And if you know someone who's struggling to take the first step, send this to them. Sometimes all we need is a nudge. I'm Carrie Genzel, reading a blog from stateofslay.com. Slay on.